is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the Star Fish Stitch scarf. This is going to be the refilmed version. I have another version that I made a while back on my old camera, so it's not a very good quality. And I also had people were complaining about I had fingernail polish that was coming off at the time. They said it was distracting. So I decided that this was one of the ones I needed to redo in HD, so this is that video. If you're wondering what this yarn is that I have here on this scarf, it's Elise Burkham Baltic yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and it's a little bit thicker than wash wet yarn. It's usually the yarn I like to grab when I know I need to make thicker, warmer hats for my kids. And this yarn here, one whole skein of this yarn made this amount. So for sure, this is way too small. You're going to need at least two. And even with a regular skein of yarn, I don't think one skein would be enough. So go ahead and get two skeins of whatever color that you want to make this scarf. Also, you're going to need a 6mm hook or size J hook. So go ahead and grab those items and let's get started. Okay, the multiples of this stitch is 6. So what that means is you'll just chain in 6 sixes or multiples of 6 until you get the width that you want for the project that you're making. It's important to know that for this particular stitch, for some reason, I don't know why, but if you make it a wide thing like an afghan or a purse or something like that, for some reason the sides don't stay straight. They start to go diagonally a little bit. So after the longer you make it, it's going to start doing, you know, like that. And it's pretty easy to go into the same stitch you're supposed to as you get going. So I didn't understand why it was going to the side. And then other people started trying to make bigger things with this stitch, and they were saying the same thing to me. And they were saying they were going into the right stitches and everything. It just kept going to the right, and I don't know either. So I recommend, if you want to make an afghan out of this blanket, that you just make a granny square about the size that you want, and then just sew a bunch of granny squares together to be able to make something large with this stitch. Also, for a tip on the scarves, I like to usually make my slip knot a little ways down, and leaving myself a little bit of a tail that I can work in with the tapestry needle, or later if I want to add fringe to it, then I just made my tail about the size of the fringe that I wanted for the end of my scarf. So if you like a longer fringe, then maybe you should start your slip knot here. Also, for an afghan or a scarf or a shawl, something like that, where typically the beginning chain is much tighter than the rest. So what you want to do is chain loosely, not really loose, but looser than you normally would, just for the beginning chain. And if it's difficult for you to chain loosely, then what you can do is go up one hook size. So this is a 6mm hook. I recommend going ahead and switching to a 7mm hook just to make the chain. And once you've got the chain complete, switch your hook back to the 6mm hook. So go ahead and do your chain of 20 or whatever size scarf that you may want to make, and just remember multiples are 6, and I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, so when you've got your chain made and you're ready for round 1, you want to start by single crocheting in the second chain from the hook. So you want to count over 1, 2, and in the second chain, in the top loop only, you want to do a single crochet, and you'll work a single crochet down your whole row. And at the end of this row, you should have 19 stitches. Okay, count your stitches, make sure you have 19. And for row 2, you want to chain 1 and turn. The very first stitch of the row, you want to do a single crochet. Then you'll skip 2, 1, 2, and in this third stitch, you want to work 5 double crochets all in the same stitch. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 double crochets. Then you'll skip 2 again, 1, 2, and then the third you'll put a single crochet. So single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochets, skip 2, and a single crochet. And that's your repeat for the row. So again, you'll skip 2, and then the third you'll work 5 double crochets. 3, 4, and 5. Then again you'll skip 2, 1, 2, and then the third do a single crochet. Then skip 2, 1, 2, and then the third you'll put 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then skip 2, and then the last stitch put a single crochet. So for round 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Again, as always, put a single crochet in the single crochets all the way through it. You always put single crochet and single crochets. Now we're going to be getting our front post and back post single crochets. You're going to alternate. The first one you'll do a front post single crochet, then you do a back post single crochet, then a front post, then a back post, and then finally a front post. So you'll have 3 at the front, then you'll have 2 pulled back. So we're going to begin our first one. I'm going to show you this first one in regular speed, and then the next one I'll show you in slow motion. So you're going to pull up this very first post and work a single crochet. Then you're going to come in from behind, grab up the next post, push it back, then you'll pull your yarn through that post and then do a single crochet. Then again, the next one will be a front post, so you want to pull that post forward and work a single crochet. Then again, you'll come from behind, push that post back, pull up a loop, and single crochet. And then the last one, pull that post forward, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through both loops. And then you'll want a single crochet in the single crochet here. And that's your first starfish stitch. Now this next one I'm going to show you in slow motion. And that's how you do the starfish stitch. Continue to work all of your shells the same way. I have only 3, so I have this last one. And then you single crochet in the very last single crochet of the row. And that's what your first row looks like. So for round 4 is going to be a repeat of row 2. You repeat rows 2 and 3 again and again. I'm going to show you how to work the next row on top of your starfish stitches though. So what you're going to do is chain 1, turn. Whoops, hard to stay in camera when it's that close. Okay, so the very first one you're going to do a single crochet into it. Now again, you're going to be skipping 2. If you look at your work this way, by way of stitches, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your 5 double crochets. So you're going to be skipping 2 just like you did on the very first row. You did a single crochet in the beginning, skip 2, 1, 2, and in this third stitch, which will be your middle, and if you're not sure, you can just do this. You have 1 pushed out here, then a back post, 1 pushed out here, then a back post, 1 pushed out here. The middle pushed out 1. Make sure that you're going into that stitch to put your 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then again, you'll skip 2, 1, 2, and in the third, you'll put a single crochet. Then I'll show you that again. You skip 2, 1, 2. This is the third. Make sure by just doing that, see, you can see that this is the center. You know that that's the correct one. You'll work your 5 double crochets into that stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then again, skip 2, 1, 2, and in this third is where you will put your single crochet. And then you'll do this again for the last one. Put your 5 double crochets in that center stitch. 4 and 5, and then you'll single crochet in the 1, 2, and the third. So skip 2, and in the very last stitch you'll put your single crochet as usual, and that's what the second row will look like. And then for your next row, you'll just chain 1 and turn, single crochet in that very first stitch as normal, and then you'll begin your repeat again, which is grabbing up that very first post, doing a single crochet, then coming from behind, pushing the next one back, single crochet, grabbing up the middle one, single crochet, then the back one, push it back, then the final one, and then you'll single crochet in your single crochet. So go ahead and finish this row, and then I'll show you how to end your scarf. Okay, when you're done with your next round of starfish stitches, you have completed the starfish stitch. It's not on the shell row. And you're done with your scarf. You're ready to end it. And you'll do the same as you did at the very first row. You chain 1, you'll turn, and you want to single crochet in the single crochets. And then of course in the top of each of the 5 double crochets. So you want a single crochet in each stitch But remember, only do this after you've completed a starfish stitch row, because it's the most even at the top. Not to mention you've completed the full stitch, so it won't look weird having the last row be a shell row. If you run out of yarn, then back up. Don't just leave it on the shell row, unless you just want that look at the very end. And there you go. Just single crochet the top. Now, like I was going to say, unless you just want to leave your last row as a shell row, and then you can turn it this direction and then put your shells here by doing a single crochet, skip 2. This is the beginning chain, by the way. You can do a single crochet, skip 2, work your shell, skip 2, then single crochet, just like you did before. And then you could end with a shell row on the other side of your chain, as well as your very last row being a shell row. So it's up to you, whichever method you would prefer. But just simple single crochets work too. It's up to you. That is the end of the tutorial, and I hope that it was a much easier to follow tutorial, because my nails didn't have that stuff on them that some of you guys complained about. And not to mention, it's an HD. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to like this video, and also you can like me on my business page on Facebook, as well as if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please take a moment to do that. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch and share my videos. Thank you so much for watching.